Guys, chess.com, they're just rigging it against me. This Proctor thing doesn't work. So guys, I tried to register, and the little thing is broken. You see this, guys? It's literally broken. I can't even refresh the page. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I was messaging them like, and you know what's funny is that I can't even log in on the. I'll show you guys something else. I try to play without Proctor. Watch, I'll show you. So guys, look here. So I try to register, and it won't let me play without Proctor. And Proctor doesn't work. No, guys, I've been trying to fix it for 15 minutes. 15 minutes before. What was the result of Dubov? Well, I won. I won. Anyways, guys. Should not. Let's just remove that. We're going to a much better chess website. Isn't that insane, guys? Isn't that insane? Are things guys? Daniil during this match, first of all, like Levitov, where do I begin? Daniil, it's just what I want to do is I'm gonna analyze some of my games. I guess they should be here. Did they remove the games? No Fisher Friday, guys. Absolutely insane. When can we start playing on the website? So I'll use this as a sort of opportunity to talk about the platform. So as you guys know, well, first of all, this is such great marketing because this stupid Chesscock Proctor just doesn't work. So here's the thing, guys. The chess world, right? Has been very corrupt for a very long time, and there has been obviously chess.com, which is the sort of commercial player. Now, I believe in a meritocracy, and I believe that chess should be a meritocracy. So, Endgame is going to be a fully fledged chess platform. Um, we have a lot of new interesting features. It's going to be very social. We've got a lot of super cool stuff coming. Now, some of the features that we're going to release like sort of only sort of exclusive access to make sure test everything out, to make sure everything works well, and also we want to give sort of access to actual real fans who believe that chess should be meritocracy. So you guys should go to ENDGAME.AI. Obviously, that was a sponsor to the Dubov match, and you should sign up, make an account, and you'll get early access to either playing or a host of other features that we intend on launching. Now, you guys might think this is some small project. This is going to be a huge platform. I am going to play my first match on the platform against Anish Giri. So, I will play Anish Giri on Endgame June 4th. on June 4th. So I'm going to start playing matches on the platform because, why should I play on the Chess Mafioso platform when I can play my own platform? And once you guys see, the platform is actually way faster than the Chess Mafia. It's way like I've sort of tested it out with a couple of Super Grandmasters and they prefer it. Um, so June 4th, we're gonna have that big match, and guess what, guys? The Hans Niemann against the World Series is gonna go international. It's gonna go global. It's gonna be played on Endgame. We're also gonna play against a lot of other people. Why not just buy Lead Chess? We're gonna have, the thing is that Lead Chess doesn't have that many tournaments. So if you guys sort of want to improve, we're gonna have a lot of tournaments. We're gonna have, for all people. Like I think that in terms of prize money, we're gonna be the number one chess platform in the world in terms of the prize money we're paying out every year. So you guys should all get. I think we're only giving it for the first 10,000. Um, Do I have any audio of the shit talk between me? Yeah, so I'll look. So how many of you guys watched the Dubov match? I can give more context. Yeah, what happened? So what did you guys think of the match? I was very happy with the production. I was very, very happy with the production. We had, like you guys should have seen him. We had like 5 cameras. You got the watch. Isn't this such a sick watch, guys? I have 3 of them. I'll show you. So, it's actually my friend's watch company, and it is they've been making watches since 17, I think, like 1700s. And there's 3 matching watches, and they are basically by Milevich, and it's sort of avant-garde in the beginning of sort of contemporary art. So they're all inspired by painting, but also looks like a chessboard. So that's why it was super, super special. And it made sense to do that. Um, yeah, it was an amazing comeback. The commentators were good. The commentators were good. I think Felix and Laura did a great job. Um, my question for you guys is what matches would you like to see? I think maybe I want to play against Nihal. Maybe I'll do a rematch against Vidit. We're gonna play Anish. I want to play sort of more and more top players. Daniil is obviously the number 5 blitz player in the world, so that was a big win. But the tournaments are going to be good. So even if you guys are, not professional players, we're still going to have prize money tournaments. So, sort of like they have Title Tuesday, we're going to have, Untitled Tuesday, but we're actually going to have prize money. So any of you guys who are watching, there'll be prizes sort of like depending on your rating. So it'll be like, we're going to have amateur Wednesdays where you guys can play and win money. Otherwise, it would be good. I could play MBL again. Obviously, I qualified for the Speed Chess Championship, which is going to be, great. I have to take my revenge there. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm not playing. We can sort of put in a game, but anyways, yeah, let's. Eventually, I hope to just. Yeah, in terms of the main thing, guys, that I think is important in a chess platform is that chess.com, they just sort of like ban people, and they don't. There's no accountability. There's no arbitration. They just sort of pick and choose. It's going to be really important to have a fair and transparent way of regulating these things. So in terms of I have nothing against this whole Proctor thing, but it just doesn't work. Like it literally doesn't work. So that's unfortunate. I continue. I want to be the best, so I'll continue competing, but in all the best tournaments. But I intend on playing match. I want to play a top match on Endgame every single day. So you guys should expect in June. My plan, You should add FIDE license ID verification. We should be able to only play against licensed players. That's a good idea. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. So if you're linked to your FIDE ID, then there's more safety and security. But we're gonna have a lot of tournaments, guys, and we're gonna have sort of, again, you guys can see it's ENDGAME.AI. We're gonna have sort of AI chess coaching. There's gonna be educational content. The thing is, guys, is that also I can tell you that we're gonna have, that on the Chess Mafia website you have to pay for puzzles. Okay, we're gonna have puzzles for free. Puzzles will be free. Game analysis will be free. So there'll be a much better version of game review that'll be free. So you guys don't need to sort of pay the Chess Mafia, your $11 a month for a subpar product. Like all of the the core features that you guys want to use, like we're not going to charge for that. So well, the first 10,000 people are going to get access to sort of the early launches, but obviously, with different features. So I'm going to start playing on it. You guys should go to Endgame. I'm literally wearing the hat. I'm wearing the hat. So you guys should be able to see. Will it have online play? Yes, it'll have online play very soon. But obviously, the initial people will get access. Will there be ads? There'll be no ads. No ads, guys. Guys, chess should be available to the entire world. We have a huge team working on this. We have a huge team of engineers. It's technologically very sound. The play zone. I don't know. Like, what time control do you guys mainly play? If you guys like playing bullet or faster time controls, it's a very, very smooth playing experience. So. Anyways, guys, yeah, I'm a bit. Why don't we react to some of the Dubov match, and I'll take you guys through. We're gonna react to some of the match, and we're gonna just go through some of the games. It's a good idea. Let's go here.
Delighted to be joined once again by Women Grandmaster Laura Unag. Laura, how are you doing today?
I am awesome.
Can you guys hear everything
Thank
okay?
you so much.
Well, we'll fish at random, yes. Is everything working okay? Let me make some adjustments. Can react. We'll do some react, Andy. There we go. Put myself up here. Yeah, let's go through some of it.
That's for this
So
nice
this was the intro.
introduction.
First of all, isn't this such a cool setup, guys? Like, look at the chairs, look at the chandelier, Isn't this so nice? You have the watches in the background. It's a very classy. So this is in Raqueta's studio.
Color one, almost.
So this game was rough. So he played this sort of like weird opening. At some moment, I wasn't doing so well.
Stopping D3.
I think Dubov was more respectful. No. Dubov has no form of respect, unfortunately. Like, quite immature. Yeah, this game was sort of like, this was really intense.
Exchange this knight for bishop.
So I just started pushing my pawns. It's hard for him to make any progress.
Oh, this is so exciting now.
I start pushing.
F4, it's a complete race now. Still, it feels like black is a bit faster, but now anything can happen. The pawn on d4 is just so dangerous.
I should have played d3.
D3 now?
There's knight d6.
Oh, there was knight d6. Very nice.
King d3, knight f2.
Oh.
King runs to e2.
This was a mistake. Check was a mistake.
c2, king f3. Wow.
This is now a 2-result game.
Such a crazy game. My
king
pawn's running.
h2, it does look like it, but the pawn on f5 is running as well.
Keep these commentators, yeah. They're doing well. I like Felix.
Wow.
But now my pawn's pushing.
Stopping the f pawn.
The momentum. So this was heartbreaking. Because here,
Bishop on
I
a3
have an
from
extra
left,
queen, guys. How did I lose this position?
fade square.
Like, this really, really tilted me. Because, guys, look, I have an extra queen for a knight.
What a great strong.
And then I got low on time, I got nervous, and I lost.
Proceed. I mean, maybe
Oh
they're
my god, like,
Oh,
that was,
no.
that really, this was such a terrible way
Oh.
to start.
No.
You know, and
But he
then
just
because of this, I
blundered.
lost a second game in a row.
7 does.
But,
Yes,
which wasn't good. This was so
Very
bad.
nice.
Then,
so-
yeah, this game was very
Knight
nice.
F9.
So he kept playing this stupid system.
That's they're confirming that. So I believe you guys.
Why don't I play title 2? Was it a theoretical draw? Yeah, well, no, here's the thing. So this is like a sort of a French. I've got this, you know, pawn majority I'm
So-
pushing.
That's the plan, and then
Yes, but-
and
Mhm.
then
Also, guys, what do you think of the endgame logo? This little thing.
Talking about
Will I
game
play
three
the
and
feeder? Will
D5?
team champion? No.
Same, yeah. C takes d4 because of b4 square.
So then I eventually, you guys can see like my king. He finds this amazing move F5,
Me
which
neither, I
really
Didn't
disturbed
think
me.
it was an option. Would you
And if I take, then the rook will open up. So I sort of just, you know, march my
This is
king
like-
up to g4.
move with
Mhm.
advantage 0.5?
So, you know, my
and,
king is in quite a precarious
95
position, but
0,
I've got
0.
an attack of my own. E6 is a bit
Yes,
weak.
Chess is always 0-0 somehow.
But I feel like
You
the
know, my
momentum
queen-
is
my queen
shifting
could
a little
sneak
bit
in through
because the king on
a6.
g4.
But again, look, he's panicking. You know, he's got 5 seconds.
it's-
He's getting
still
nervous.
it's
He's getting
quite
nervous,
safe,
and he
but
gets
that
low on
could
time,
change
and he
in
makes a move.
second. Speaking about seconds,
And then-
Daniel
Oof.
Dubov on 1 second.
Queen a6 was a
Wow.
killer.
7 queen a6 entering.
Now I just
King
pick up the
d7
pawns.
back.
Rook h8
Rook
first.
h8, 2 seconds. 1 second. King
Yeah.
e7.
I just
How
pick
does
up
he do
pick
it?
up the
I will
pawns.
lose on time 5 times already.
b6, rook c6, and
Okay.
Hans is just picking up all
This
of the
was
pawns.
the killer.
Some
Queen
tactics,
b4.
now
And
winning the
Rook
queen.
h7. Okay.
So this was a critical win.
Could have-
Yeah,
This was the
queen
critical
b4
win.
also. Yeah.
Oh, now I can
So I sort of, you know, 7-5. And then after this, I
everywhere,
lost
and
another game, guys.
this
So he
position.
kept repeating this opening.
Before
He kept repeating this opening, and I knew that I was like much better. Like here, black has like a big advantage. But it, you know, I guess it showed that my evaluation is just. You know, finally, I was getting a good position, but then this game I completely choked again.
Yeah, by
So like there was just, you know, I was playing so badly.
It's really scary for
You know, I lost this
I
game.
cannot tell you.
But guys, I think that I need to make. How many of you guys play the Italian? Because I really think that my Italian course would be the best-selling chess course in the world. Because I'm simply the number. I say this humbly, like I'm the best Italian player in the world. I'm sorry. You know, they should. You know, my Italian was lethal.
Exactly where it went wrong.
It was
but just
absolutely lethal.
great.
So people should know, guys, the reason why I play a3 is that, you know, when you go, I'm covering the b4 square. Yeah, I'm not gonna give away all my. Well, bishop e7 is sort of more of a
sticking
simple
to
line.
his system with bishop on e7,
But again, you know, the bishop is stuck on e7. It's sort of behind.
going h6
Now we go
and
knight
rook
d5.
e8, and then bishop e6.
You know, here I was.
So, I mean,
I was
all
very
these,
comfortable.
Very similar
And
positions
this
happened at
game
the time.
was very nice
Yes.
because
Was a
Logical.
nice.
like, in this moment I'm still in
Yeah, I also
preparation.
still with the d.
Nah.
You know, and then the queen
C6
came to
does it-
a2. This was
There.
very nice.
And you have
So this
to
game was like
realize
great.
that
You know, he
this
sort
is
of.
the moment, and you
I really,
to-
you know, I'm
You
pushing
are
on the
in the
queen
future.
side. I've got this amazing
Yeah.
sort of light square bishop, which is
the queen
blocked.
side here.
I'm
Knight
gonna
takes
start
e-
advancing. He is
yeah,
advancing on the
goes
king
for
side.
a4 instead. What a call, Moni.
But now, you know, eventually I'm gonna
Go
break
no,
through. I
Hans
break
is-
with b5. I probably should have been more patient. I break through, but again, he's defending really well. My you know, my pieces are in a bit of an uncomfortable predicament. Somehow my rook's in trouble. I'm losing a pawn. And keep in mind, guys, it's game 14. So after this, there'll be 4 games left. I'm down 3. So if he wins, this is game over, right? It's game over if he wins. And he got a winning position. Like I'm in trouble. But here, guys, knight g6. Just wait.
Is there
This was
bishop
just the
takes
moment.
f2 now?
This was the clutch. I've got 7 seconds.
Why? Oh, because king f2 queen.
He's going down. He's going down.
Yeah, but
He
there's
gets
c5
nervous.
there.
C5.
He
Oh,
doesn't go-
boom, shakalaka, guys. This move was a this changed the entire tide of the match. You know, C5 was like you know a half court shot. You know, it's like making a half court shot with 0.5 seconds on the shot clock, barely comes out of your fingertips, and boom. Like this really changed the entire match, because if he wins this game, the match is over. And there were so many moments where he's like just this close to it, like just he would need just a smidge, just one little mistake, and the match is over.
Go for it.
And then c5, and
Queen
then takes.
five
Bishop is hanging, but the knight comes to h4. This knight's hanging.
Rook a4.
But look at the time. Look at the time. He's getting nervous. He's gonna tick, 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 tick.
H4 for sure.
And then
About
boom.
2 seconds.
Very scary
Flag,
for the
game
good 2
over.
1
seconds.
second.
Boom.
Ooh,
And then the momentum has
this was
shifted.
like-
The momentum has shifted.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
I got
first
black
one,
finally.
yes,
Okay. Plays this. We got a normal position. We're developing.
And
Yeah.
You know. He starts
And
attacking. He makes a
Going for
mistake.
it. Of the knight.
there's
I
me,
trade the knights, and look at these
amazing
light square weaknesses, guys.
The further weakness.
Things become
and
technical.
board
And now I put on
changes
the
with the
positional
rules, because
skates.
Knight
Knight
F5.
comes to f5.
definitely be something I would consider. But after a4, are there any other
And
moves?
look at his
tactical
time. Look at it,
ideas?
140, 50
Takes
seconds.
c4.
In Blitz, guys, here's the thing. These are why matches are such a great format. Only in a one-on-one match do you have these types of swings. When you play a regular tournament against different people, you don't feel that momentum. You don't feel that tension, right? You don't really sort of really get into a deep battle with the opponent.
Yeah, bishop
Then-
takes c4. I don't know. Let's say I go in mind.
Found's a good move.
Back, knight f6.
Oh, this was a clutch move, guys. This was a clutch move.
Protecting the knight.
So in this position,
Okay, I still like
know,
White's pawn structure because we
get
are
B5.
taking advantage of the center.
and if I move,
Have the
and then my
center.
queen comes to b7, and now I
Um,
control the light squares. And look,
Love what Hans just did.
30
B5,
seconds, 30
allowing the
seconds,
queen
bishop
to
b4.
take knight
He's trying to maintain
Considering-
calm.
immediately.
But the ties, I
So
get
if
h5, stopping
I
g4.
Take on pawn down.
Guys, I'm
look at
not
those
skipping
beautiful
Freestyle
knights
Friday. The Proctor thing broke,
on c4.
so I'll just keep streaming.
Yeah.
Then
That's not.
I sack the piece,
All the time, though,
but I've got
first
this
in
pawn,
Wow.
3
and he
seconds.
thinks he's in the
So he has to
clear.
give up the
But
rook.
guess what? Guess what?
Pawn on b3 is going.
Zug Zwang.
Oh, still bishop
Zug
e1
Zwang.
protecting against rook a1 check.
There are no
But
moves.
can White
Bishop
even
can't
move?
move. Anywhere the bishop moves, check. King can't move. It's discovered. King, bishop can't move. The rook can't move because it has to stop the pawn from queening. Zug Zwang.
Something?
I don't see how.
I don't think White can move. I think this is winning for Black.
Zug Zwang.
Okay, maybe
He maybe
not
has to.
winning, but ooh,
And
no.
oh,
Boom.
Oh my.
again.
Now,
Again,
only
the
one
time
more.
decides the game.
Only
Oh,
one
this
more.
was,
Only one more.
soft.
7-8, guys. That c5 move changed everything.
So they are playing equally well, right?
Back to the Italian.
Foregoing bishop e6.
So we got the same position here. Here, last game, do you guys remember what I played? I played c3. Now I went bishop a2, prophylaxis.
Retreat the bishop to f8.
Exactly.
And this idea, bishop a2, I had prepared the
And
day
going bishop
before.
A2 immediately.
Now, this
Okay,
is where I was
Yeah.
extremely,
smart, because
extremely
in the last
happy.
game after c3, Daniel took on d5, and we had
He
some
played bishop
action
d7.
now in the game with.
And here
bishop on
comes
d5.
here comes the idea.
Hans learned his lesson.
And here he goes
C4.
back to d7 with the bishop.
Now,
fully
I
prepared.
maintained full positional control. Now, what do you guys think the best move here is? I had studied this idea before. So he played g6. The best was actually g5. Because you want to go g5 and then g4, and then you want to take the knight f3 and bring the knight to d4.
Preparing to take on d5 with the knight.
So
And
he plays
c4.
g6, he
Very
plays
interesting
a5 first.
decision. b3 back.
Then I
maybe
bring the
going
bishop to
a4.
b3 to
I have
a4. It's
to
kind of funny. I move this bishop.
He's attacking well.
I move the bishop back to a2, then to b3, then to a4, and you'll
Sure.
see.
It's building a big center,
Exactly.
but he
But I
was
knew all
kind
of these
the
ideas.
first Curious about it.
That
Now he thinks
C3
oh boom, but guess what? h6 a5 double attack.
Now he's just.
So-
Whoa.
win the pawn, and now I just start rolling.
Kind of
Now again, I'm starting to get nervous because
if
I'm, I've got a dominant position. I've got an extra pawn. I'm pushing and pushing and pushing. But I start to spend a little bit too much time. I couldn't find the knockout blow. I start to get way too low on time. I'm starting to get a bit nervous, but because the nerves are a lot because guys, I've been down the whole match. Well, no, I started at 4-2.
Very cute.
But he's starting to attack. I got a bit nervous.
Okay.
H4 would have been wise.
Is collapsing, but
20 seconds though for Hans.
yeah. Bishop takes f4. I guess he needs to keep the queens.
Should have played H4 and shut things down.
Not so simple.
Ooh.
Again, look at my time. I've got a minute. I've got a minute against 20 seconds.
Doing something like H4 myself to keep
Thinking, but
yeah, here, again, I've got all these pawns, but my king is starting to look weak. You got the two bishops. This dark square bishop could be very, very scary. Bishop G7. Here I made a big mistake.
Maybe he wants to go
I should have just taken the pawn. Held on.
It's actually a
Oh,
fair
rook,
idea.
it's hard. It's a difficult position.
Hans below 10 seconds now.
Look, I got way too low on time. I
If you go
started
for this
panicking.
one, that's very
Down to
fatal
6
move.
seconds.
Oh, but now.
Yeah, as they say, not an F1 or F8, you never get made. And now I go back.
Is a big threat.
Yeah.
Just a few seconds for Hans. Queen d2 back.
But now Queen E5.
This was a lot.
D5.
A trick.
It was a
Also
lot.
10 seconds for Daniel Dubov.
Wow,
This is
okay,
so
This
tense.
is not so clear. 5 seconds. Bishop
Goes back,
C8,
bishop
C8.
C8.
I had knight takes
But I
G3,
think, ooh.
G4 blockading.
These
Now
bishops.
bishop d4 is coming this
Now
way.
it's sort of holding on for dear
Very
life.
nice. Knight H2, King H1.
King comes to
King
F1.
King f1 even, not staying on the h file.
Rook comes into
Okay,
B8.
risk about giving a checkmate.
And this was the killer, knight F3, forking the queen to the bishop.
E4
And now we're even,
is
baby.
hanging,
We're
but
even.
d4 is hanging as well.
Yeah,
Guys,
very
this was like the
nice.
comeback of the
Game over.
I
century.
think this is GG as well, and
Boom.
yeah, also lost some time.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. 5 booms, guys. Give me 5 booms.
Wow.
Yes.
That was amazing.
I had a feeling
Absolutely amazing. 3 in a row.
like
Guys, all started from C5.
Dubov was back.
Okay, wow. Okay, he's attacked him. He's left, so
Back to the Slav.
think
The new opening. Typical Dubov
chance, but on
on the board.
Yeah, I got it. Again, I'm just getting destroyed in the opening. Like, this was just so bad. I can't even look at it. So I'm just, I'm done in the opening. And look, I'm getting mated. But I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter, guys.
The bishop.
I'm a fighter.
Yeah.
My bishop's,
time, I think can think
eventually I
about
take the
how
pawn. I'm
King is on
defending.
H1.
Queen,
He's down 2 pawns, but
Yeah.
I'm getting attacked.
Right now.
I
This
think
was
Hans is gonna
so
take this one
tense.
home.
This was so tense.
A5.
And then now he's got 4 seconds. His
He's
bishop needs to play.
so upset
Bishop
with
C2.
himself right now.
But ooh, bishop
Now he gets
C2.
overconfident. He starts
Hanging
slamming the
rook
clock.
into 6, taking it. Does Hans have something?
He loses his cool.
Playing Queen D2 maybe.
seconds.
Oh, 1 second. Boom, that was
Seconds.
close.
I'm so nervous.
Bishop E2, counterplay.
But Queen
Wow.
D2 is
Queen F8. Oh, he got down to 1 again.
Still.
Okay,
Whoa,
the
1
only chance
again. He
is
was
Wow.
he's playing with
Queen
fire.
D7. Is there a perpetual?
He was playing with fire on the clock. 1 millisecond more and there's a draw.
Is he going for it?
Seems that there is.
Pawn on B2 is about to promote. I think Daniel needs to go for it.
Heart attack.
Okay, wow.
So, at one point there was something where a piece fell over and he was so aggressive and so rude. Like, he.
What
it's
happened
just
here?
ridiculous.
This
So aggressive, no manners.
Take, wow,
It was
8.5 cards.
Anyways,
No, why-
so this is crunch time.
and
Oh.
I
No, he plays this opening. I prepared against this because he played in the first match. I want to go to the end. We'll talk about what happened here. So,
drank.
so we get to this end game, and I get low on time.
Yeah, me too.
How many of you guys watched the full match?
I would be scared now. This pawn.
So
First drop covering.
so
everything.
here I blundered,
Oh,
no.
and I thought that I lost the match, but I had rook d3.
Three.
Oh, fuck. Just
No.
Now look at how he hits the clock.
Oh,
Wait,
rookie
No.
3.
watch this.
B7 still covering everything.
Oh.
You can't really
Oh,
see.
rookie 3.
Oh no, Hans just
No.
blundering. Rook
Like, you see how he hits the clock?
E3
He's
with
like
the C2
slamming it.
action, That was a shot.
So I said why are you... He slammed the clock like 2 times in a row. So I said what's your problem? Like, why are you slamming?
It
What
looks
are they
like
talking?
there's
They're just
some
talking.
disagreements.
probably Daniel touched the king or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were both very upset.
Like, dude,
Should be a technical conversion now.
I see his Daniel going to.
The king is.
so here he had rook
this is
c4.
not so simple.
This almost gave me a heart attack. When he played e5, oh, you cannot, guys, you can't imagine the relief. You can't imagine the relief after e5. Rook c4, game over.
Has this
You cannot imagine the relief. I defended like a, oh my, I'm defending.
quite good.
That's all of your.
Try to give.
I take the pawns.
This can also go wrong. Oh, they're.
Set right.
I claim to draw, and of course, like he makes.
I don't know who is claiming.
Now he agrees. So guys, we didn't have tiebreak rules beforehand, so we just both agreed. Okay, let's play 2 games. If that's a draw, there's a tiebreak. There's a tiebreak. So go. So apparently Daniel starts swearing at the arbiter, like blaming him or something. Anyways.
It happened.
There has been some past.
At this point, like Daniel's friends are like, let's say enjoying the open bar.
These world championship matches are very hard.
And it was very funny that I said like, okay, let's have a 5-minute break, and he's like, no. He just says to me, no. What do you mean no? No? We just played 9 games. Perhaps you should take a 5-minute break before the playoff. He's like, no. He's like, and then he agrees. I'm like, dude, what do you mean no?
Or just means
so we take a short break. You know, I splash some cold water in my face. We start playing the tiebreak. You know,
so they started obviously.
So I play the Slav again. I checked the system before.
Very well be. We're still waiting for confirmation, and we do have yet another completely new opening on the board. Slav defense with g3.
Yeah, so this is what we said.
So
more recently.
So now I'm castling queenside. This is super double-edged. I'm getting f5, but again, I'm getting an attack. We can watch this game. This was a fun game.
Bishop d3. f5 is a nice idea, which I did not have on my radar. And he might be opening up the center with f4. Could be also one idea.
Or
your f4 could have been strong.
Well, maybe taking on f4. I don't know how you take back there with the pawn or with the bishop.
I was thinking with the bishop, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
No, I'm angling for ED-CD, rook h2, bishop g3.
Smart.
So he has to go king g2.
Bishop d6.
But now, there's h3 square.
Some pressure on g3, king g2. Very logical move.
Knight of 6.
Yeah,
if he takes, I don't want to allow bishop takes. So if he takes, I have knight d5.
Just keeping the pressure in the center.
Again, Daniel hates when his king is weak. He hates it. He's not a good defender.
Yeah,
he loves attacking.
D3 if it can go to a6 at some moment, for example, here if king b8.
But again, my king's quite weak as well.
Of course, when a7 will be hanging.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I take, and then I go b6.
For f takes e4 now on the board. And how is Hans going to continue his attack?
I have no idea. This actually looks now very scary for black pieces. Like, if I could protect my king somehow, even play a6, that would be fine. But a6, I would just play bishop takes a6. And white is just winning there on the spot.
And b6, yeah, weakening the a6 square, but it's probably the only way not to lose the a7 pawn.
Yeah, but that's so sad if you have to play this.
So easy because I've got queen d7, I've got knight g4.
Probably, but now that I think about it still.
I can't go king b8 because he takes.
Go
queen b7.
Yeah, you're right. How white is going to
king b8. Now I go rook e8, which was not good. But I lull him. Bishop c7, a4, rook h8. I'm moving around. I'm bobbing queen c8. Amazing practical shot.
Could have played before, rook e8. So.
And again, he's getting nervous. He's getting attacked. King g1, knight g4.
He lost a lot of time here, but still knight g4 does give him some counterplay.
Exactly.
Takes now. Bishop takes b6. My bishop's in action.
And he even takes with the bishop. That's a beautiful decision.
You guys see, this is amazing. The bishop's in. The bishop's roaming the rook, the knight, the queen. Everything's coordinated.
With the knight, then
okay, you're right. Yeah,
we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just so afraid of some sacrifices with rook b6.
And you guys see this h4, queen c7.
Is also soft. I think this is going into Hans's direction. Also look at the time difference.
Protecting, g3. Now watch the explosion.
For sure.
Watch the explosion. G5. Boom. Opening it up.
The king side.
And he's just attacking himself. Why doesn't have
he's
much
too
anymore
slow. Take. Now this was
center is also
now guys, here is the moment where I just the clutch gene was there. Now wait, okay guys, black to play. Some of you watched it. This move, like I was proud. This was a cold-blooded clutch move. Because look, I'm getting attacked. C5's coming. Yeah. Queen E7, just simple chess, just coming around. I took my time. I had a minute against 20 seconds. I took my time. I took a good 30, 40 seconds. I calculated. I made it absolutely sure.
Well, worst case, you have to go C5, but you don't really want to shut out this bishop on B6.
Yeah, well, it's probably good, actually, even to play something like this.
He goes for it. Queen E7, allowing C5.
He just doesn't care. Wants to go Queen H4. C5 will be followed by Queen H4.
Queen H4, Rook F8.
I hope that he calculated the win, because I'm not so sure it's happening.
Yeah, me neither, but look at Daniel's clock, just a few seconds.
Boom, boom. And watch this, guys. Rook now. Now here comes the secondary clutch.
Oh, that doesn't look so healthy.
Wrong.
This was the clutch. This was the final.
Yeah, that will be a repetition, and we might see the match continuing there.
Rook F8.
For it, Rook F8.
Boom. Takes.
Isn't there
check me?
And F3 is falling.
That's it. Boom.
It's just winning, right?
This is just winning, exactly. Like I can even take Queen.
Amazing. Okay. Now I've got white one game. I just need to draw.
Then
I go. We go for the knight off. I keep control.
Go for it.
I've got a solid position. He opens things up with D5. But again, he's getting a bit of initiative, but there are barely any pieces.
In this position, that's very tough.
Well, those endgames can go wrong very easily for white as well, because the white center looks nice, but often we see the center being kind of overextended, and those pawns, which are too
far on G6 is very bad.
But yeah, here.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't be so worried with white pieces.
So you would take on C4 here?
Don't ask me hard questions. Yeah, no, I would take on C4, and probably what do I have to go G3?
Yeah, G3 he goes, and here I thought the rook can enter to C2.
Okay, yeah, you can go rook C2.
Here I was very calm. It looks like he's getting a bit of initiative, but
yeah, exactly.
Just rook B1, bishop B3. Again, if the knight was on D5, it'd be seriously concerning, but the knight is just so bad on G6.
But even after rook C8, black is fine.
Bishop B4. Oh, that's a very nice move, because he wants him to play rook D1 and only then to go bishop C5 check, because
but now rook E4 anymore. Very disciplined.
E4, but is there bishop C5 now? If bishop E3, rook E2, you can still take on C5, and then F8 is hanging.
Complete control.
Okay, that's very nice.
Am I playing Onish next? Yes. Do I think Dubov is still top 10? Well, he's a number 5 ranked in the world, so
I would take black,
yes.
But, okay, he's going for it. So let's see if bishop E3 will be played. Yeah,
it's on the board.
Yeah. So then I sort of, I kept control. I traded the pieces. Everything was defended. At some point, he sort of he overextended. I activated my pieces.
Gonna try something, yeah. Pretty sure as well.
And we won.
Winner, unless we are not informed of any new tiebreak regulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have a new winner. I think.
Well, yeah, they secured the match.
99% sure to say that we do.
It should be noted that during the last match, after he won, he started screaming and slammed the piece. And then after I left the match, he said on camera that he said, "Oh, he's leaving to go to the strip club," which is quite a weird thing to say. And then Levitov posted that, which is just are you dumb? How do you want to degrade the professional nature of the match by Daniel says something stupid, and then and then you post it and then he came to the match and he proclaims to everyone after I win we're gonna celebrate there. I don't understand his obsession with that. So Levitov posted in Russian, so I guess no one didn't really see it, but it's a bit weird. I don't know. I'm not really going to tolerate. Yeah, guys. After my match, I went and I sang some karaoke at a regular establishment. You guys. I hope that you guys can see my Bohemian Rhapsody skills. Anyways.
But we will see in a few seconds if they're changing seats.
This was the arbiter.
Also today.
Anyways, a great match.
Even after winning a game, usually you never see it. But if it's a Raketa watch, then
I mean.
Yeah. So this is the general director of Raketa, my good friend David Henderson Stewart, great guy.
He will show it. Oh, he's getting 3 watches.
3 watches.
Yeah. So this is a set. It's a set of 3 watches. And I can show you. So I'm wearing this. And I love the sound. It's all mechanical watches. It's made out of 3 different stones. It's like a mosaic dial. So very, I think it's great for chess to associate with, let's say historic and prestigious brands like Raketa.
I'll be so happy. And this
So here he explained.
And we see Hansel.
So I was very happy.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, so I want to do more matches like this. Are they expensive? Yeah, they're luxury watches. They have, they're very nice. So yeah, the dials are sort of symbolic and very, very quite, it looks simple, but they're quite hard to make. So guys, I'm playing an online match against Anish Giri. It'll be June 4th, 11 a.m. Eastern on Endgame. So you guys will get to see the platform. You get to see the speed of the platform. Obviously, it'll be good to get feedback from Anish playing on it. I think I'll stream it. Anish will stream it. We're going to have commentary. Maybe we can have Felix and Laura do commentary again, or I can just stream it myself. And then, guys, I'm going to be, we're going to host tournaments on Endgame. We're going to play. So if you guys have not already, go to ENDGAME.AI. Obviously, if you want to watch the full thing yourself, there's the commentary here. I'm gonna, guys, I'm gonna do the sort of world chess tour, right? If they're gonna blacklist me, if they're not going to invite me, I'm going to organize my own tournaments, my own matches, and I'm gonna show that I'm the best player in the world. And I say that humbly, but anyways, okay. Well, it's very unfortunate that Proctor is just broken, because I couldn't play in Freestyle Friday today because the Proctor thing was broken. So I don't know what to do. As you guys can see, I'll show you one more time. It's just it's broken, so that's unfortunate. But so I already tried it again. The thing, if I played a match with Danya, there would have to be pretty serious odds. Playing a match with Danya on even terms would just be a waste of time, considering that I've adopted him. So, maybe I would play him with like a match to a certain score, and he'd have only to win, less games. But an even match just wouldn't really be interesting, since in Blitz. So in Blitz. So yeah, he beat me in Rapid, but in Blitz. But maybe that's what people want to see. So my next tournaments. Here's the thing, guys. Like, in terms of classical chess, nothing until September, really. Nothing until Grand Swiss. So it's quite unfortunate that there are no classical tournaments for me to play. I'm not receiving invitations in America, so it's quite unfortunate. So yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this short stream. I'm sorry that it wasn't longer, but I enjoyed rewatching it. And go to ENDGAME.AI. I will link it in the chat. And the chess revolution has begun, my friends. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you guys, I guess, on Tuesday. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow, if the Proctor works. But it's pretty embarrassing from the Chess Mafia. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all soon.